This is a model a lot of you have been waiting for. In fact, the wait has been so long, your questions went from when is the new Audi Q3 coming to is the new Audi Q3 coming? Now, all that is finally in the past. The model is here, and over this video, we'll tell you what it's like outside, what it's like inside, what it's like to drive, and if this is the junior luxury SUV for you. पर शुरू करने के पहले अगर आप Audi Q3 का रिव्यू हिंदी में देखना पसंद करेंगे, प्लीज चेक कीजिए Autocar India चैनल.
Compared to the first gen model, the new Q3 is marginally larger, and in length, width and height, it's at par with the Mercedes GLA, BMW X1 and Volvo XC40, give or take a few millimeters here and there. Now, this generation of the Q3 has been on sale abroad for some time, but this is our first look at it on Indian soil, so there's much to talk about. Starting with the way it looks.
In its basic appearance, the Q3 looks like a shrunken Q8, and in my books, that's a very good thing.
The Q3 has the classic Audi SUV elements: big grille, sharply cut headlights and tight surfacing.
In profile, the Q3 does look more SUV-like than some of its direct competitors, but again, like its main rivals, this is not a hulking SUV, if that's something that's important to you.
Details like the crisp glasshouse and the shoulder line that flares out at the wheel arches are attractive, but those plain Jane 18-inch wheels just take so much away from the entire look.
At the back, you won't confuse the new Q3 for anything but a Q3. It's still got that sloping roofline, and these taillights also look familiar, though the treatment is new age Audi. What do you think of the Audi Q3? Let us know in the comments section below, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to Autocar India and hit the bell icon for the latest from us.
Inside, there's much to like.
On the inside, the new Q3 looks like a proper new age Audi. The dashboard has this very edgy and appealing and very youthful design. There are things like the virtual cockpit instruments and this large touchscreen that give it that added dose of modernity.
It's also got the right number of screens.
Unlike the larger and more expensive Audis, the Q3 doesn't get a second touchscreen for the climate control system. In its place, you get the old school arrangement of knobs. And in actual practice, this arrangement works better because you don't need to take your eyes off the road to make routine adjustments for temperature and blower settings.
This is a car that puts you at immediate ease.
You get a nice view out of the Q3, and the front seats are also very comfortable. They're quite large for a car of this size. And what's also nice is that both the front seats are powered and get lumbar adjust. What also ups the comfort quotient in its own way is this adjustable center armrest. It's a well thought out cabin too, with large bottle holders on each of the four doors. You get two cup holders at the center console, and also this nifty little bay to store your mobile phone. The armrest also lifts up to reveal another storage bay. You get a wireless charging pad at the base of the dashboard, and the glove box is reasonably sized as well.
It all feels very robust, very German.
In terms of quality, the new Q3 does impress. You get a lot of nice textures, such as here on the dashboard and on the dashboard top, and fit and finish is really up there with the best. The thing is, the cabin doesn't quite have the flash value that you get in something like a Mercedes GLA that uses ambient lighting, for instance, to greater effect.
The same is true about the screens too. While the digital dials are easy to refer to and the touchscreen is nice to use, they aren't quite as vibrant or configurable as on the latest of rivals. Talking features, in addition to what we've covered already, the Q3 gets the all-important panoramic sunroof as standard. Safety kit includes 6 airbags, ABS, ESC and ISOFIX child seat mounts, but there are no ADAS functions. Over to the back seat.
The Q3 is the smallest of the Audi SUVs that you can buy in India today, but space is actually quite reasonable at the back. Now, I'm just under 6 feet tall. The front seat is set to my driving position, and as you can tell, I have more than adequate knee room. I would have personally liked a bit more space under the front seat for my feet, but when you're talking of headroom, even someone of my size is well catered to. The seating position is also good, and you also have the added flexibility to adjust the backrest angle. What's also clear is that this is a seat that's designed and meant for two. The middle seat squab is a lot shorter, and what doesn't help the middle passenger's comfort is this high center tunnel.
The Q3 works best as a 4-seater, but the good thing is it's got the space to stow everyone's luggage. The gesture-controlled tailgate lifts to reveal a large 530-litre luggage area. Should you need more space, the rear seats can be folded flat to form a larger cargo bed. What's nice is that the Q3 comes with a standard fit space saver spare tire that's neatly tucked under the boot floor. The Q3 is on offer in India with a single petrol engine option. The engine is a 2-litre 4-cylinder unit that makes a healthy 190 horsepower and 320 Newton meters. The torque figure being the best of the petrol SUVs in the segment. What also helps distinguish the Q3 among rivals is standard fit quattro all-wheel drive. And you'll like how the pieces fit together.
Audi's 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine is very likable because it gives the impression of on-demand power. Responses at low speeds are very nice, and even when you're going faster, there's a very steady build of power. Press down a lot harder on the accelerator pedal though, and both engine and gearbox come together to give you access to the strong mid-range and punchy performance you associate with turbo petrols. Experience this mid-range and you won't really mind the absence of a diesel engine in the Q3 lineup.
There are driving modes to fine-tune the experience, though you don't need to play around too much to get the best out of the mechanicals.
The gearbox is well in tune with what you want, and you can speed things up by flicking it into sport mode.
The Q3 sounds sporty, and the claimed 0 to 100 kph time of 7.3 seconds is satisfyingly quick. The new Q3 backs the performance up with impressive high-speed manners.
At higher speeds, the Q3 drives like a proper German car. It feels planted, it feels sure-footed, and you can carry triple-digit speeds with absolute confidence. The Q3 is a tidy handler, it changes direction smoothly, and there's a good enough feel from the steering as well. But it's the poise that really stays with you and gives you confidence at high speeds.
The Quattro system also plays its supporting role really well.
The Q3 feels grippy, but the real advantage of the Quattro system will be in inclement weather, where you'll find that you'll actually be able to drive a lot faster with more confidence than some of its pure front-wheel drive rivals.
Overall, the new Q3 is tight, tidy and enjoyable.
On a fast winding road, you can have a lot of fun in the Q3. The tight body control, the punchy engine, the quick shifting gearbox, which you can also operate with paddles. It all comes together really well. This feels like such an energetic little car.
And it's not just about fast highways. You'll really like how the Q3 fits into everyday urban life.
Now, over the course of the day's driving, I've also been driving through city traffic, and that is where the Q3 really shines because the dimensions are just right. It's got this light steering, it's very easy to maneuver and easy to park. And if these are things that you truly value, something of the Q3's size really fits the bill.
Helping majorly to this end is the general high level of comfort.
One trait common to all Audi's launch over the past couple of years has been this emphasis on ride comfort, and the Q3 sticks to that script. It does keep you at a distance from the happenings beneath, both in terms of bump absorption and noise levels. On the worst of our roads too, you'll appreciate the ground clearance that the Q3 offers and the fact that this feels like a tough little car. It doesn't feel fragile like you'd expect a luxury SUV to feel.
The Q3 isn't a hardcore off-roader, but there's confidence in knowing Quattro all-wheel drive has your back on loose and grimy surfaces. The system apportions power to the rear axle when added traction is needed. The new Audi Q3 range starts at 44.89 lakh rupees ex-showroom for the Premium Plus trim, which is at par with rivals. However, this fully loaded 50.39 lakh rupee technology version is the priciest model in the segment. Factor in standard fit all-wheel drive and the prices do become more justifiable. What's clear is that the new Q3 sure isn't lacking in content. It's attractive outside and inside, it's roomy for four, and the enjoyable driving experience is a highlight. What only furthers the Q3's case is how well it fits into chaotic urban life. It's right-sized and easy to live with, and for many that's perhaps the biggest reason to consider one.
The new Q3 has been a long time coming, but I'm happy to tell you it's been worth the wait.